Hello, this is Charlie. This is about trance mediums. There's a lot of people that send me emails about it, and you know, is it real? And if it's not real, well, to get to the point, there's no such thing as a trance medium. You know, why I say that, it's exaggeration over the years just to make it look convincing that a spirit is entering the body. But it's nothing like that at all. There's no such thing as a trance medium. It's somebody that started it off years ago. Just a word. A trance medium, really, if you're giving messages out in a church or to anybody, when you give a message out like, oh, I've got your nan here, and she's telling me that you are not well, blah blah blah. Now you do it like that, but it's exactly the same even with a trance medium. They take the mind over just in a different way, and spirits just put it over like, oh, I've got your auntie here and she wants to say something to you, and this is what she's got to say. And he put it over in a different way, like, hello love, you know, I haven't given you the message, you haven't had a reading for a long time, but, you know, this is me talking at the moment and not Charlie, you know. I mean, that's all the way it's done. It's just the way the spirit works through somebody, because the clairvoyance, they work through instinct. Some clairvoyants can do that, some can't, you know. But it's a very rare gift. It really is. And it's like the spirit acts as their self, and you don't actually repeat what they're saying, if you know what I'm saying. But any reading that you get off somebody, if a psychic goes to someone's house, they take over just before you go into the house. And everything that's said from that moment is spirit, it's not you. You know, it's not the psychic. There's no such thing as a trance medium. That's it, really. I mean, there's a lot of things in spiritualism and all that, and which are like just words, and they don't mean a thing. I mean, even channeling, and all that sort of stuff, you know. They're just words that just don't mean nothing. We don't channel anybody. The spirits channel us when they want to. Well, there's supposed to be a time and a place. There's a bit of respect there between spirits and humans, because they couldn't hang around a human all day, spirits. Well, not a lot. I mean, the likes of me, I pick them up. I've got like a three-way channel, and I hear them, see them and everything. And if they hang around me too much, when I'm not giving a reading, they can drain me of energy. That's what happens. But anyway, if that answers your question, there's no such thing as a trance medium. I know I did a video on YouTube to do with it, but I was just giving people an example. It's just an act, really, to convince people that there's a spirit is entering the body. That's all it is. Anyway, people get confused over these things, like, but spirits try all different ways of putting messages over to prove that there's life after death, and they are there. But the best one is, I've given a lot of people readings like that, where the spirit actually comes over as their self, and people are gobsmacked. And even the actions and some of the habits that them people who died had when they were alive, when people talk with their hands or itching their nose or their head, you know, them sort of little habits, you pick them up as well. It's very rare gift. It's very, very rare. It really is. Anyway, I can't say any more, but there's no such thing as a trance medium. They all psychics work in different ways, but that is about the best. It really is. I mean, if you look at it logically, I mean, how can you give messages out if you're in a trance? I mean, the brain has to be awake. I mean, a lot of people don't think about that. Like, you know, there's people that don't know about spiritualism, but the brain does have to be awake. I mean, it's even the type of gift I've got where I can help others psychics and everything. That's why it's very rare. I know a really lot more than what a lot of psychics and clairvoyants and the mediums know. I do really know a lot, and that's why I know what I'm talking about. And that's why a lot of people ask me questions. But, I mean, it's all the spirits doing. I mean, even when, to do with voices, when some psychics say, oh, I hear your mother and she's telling me this and that. But basically, majority of psychics and clairvoyants do not hear voices. That is just a line. It's another convincing line. The way spirits work, they don't actually hear voices at all. It's just a word, the way it's spoke, the way the spirit puts it over. And when a psychic say they hear voices, they don't hear voices. You know, it's very rare that when I say hear voices, it's through the mind and not the ear. Some do hear it through the ear, but it's a lot more clear through the mind. And I get my voices through the mind, like when you're reading a book, they talk to me through there. And it is very annoying, you know. And it's very rare that psychics even have that, but that is an exaggerated line, again, a convincing line. What spirits use, you know, I hear your nanny and she's telling me this and that, but them words are not said by the human, it's said by the spirit. Just the way the spirit puts it over. But even voices is very rare as well, very rare. I mean, spirits work in like 3 ways, and the trance medium way, like just explain the messages that way, where the spirit be herself, and then there's the one which like the clairvoyant does, and like you're repeating, oh, I've got your nanny, that sort of way. But there's also the everyday person that's they're not psychic, because all your thoughts are not your own, and that goes for every human being. Spirits have to work in a way, if you understand it. They couldn't do that. They have to pretend to be that person, and they use the personality of that person to put messages out through that person, and the human being that doesn't know they're psychic sort of thinks it's them talking, but it's not, it's spirits. But it's very confusing I've explained it to a lot of people who are psychic, where human beings do actually respond to spirits, you know, thoughts, you know. But trying to suss out their thoughts, it's very, you know, when you learn to be a psychic, it's very hard. If you haven't got voice and you work through like instinct, like some mediums, you know, where they don't hear voices and they're not sure about it, they can be very confusing. I've helped a lot of people to get out their gift, because a gift is just natural, it comes natural. And all meditation and even Trance Medium, which doesn't exist, makes it confusing, even like meditation. It comes natural, just like you talk to another human being. It's that natural, and the spirit is actually talking and not the human. Anyway, that's another thing. I could go on for a while. I'll leave it at that anyway. I can't say any more, but if I can help you in any way, you know where I am. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.